Go for it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Keeping It Real. My name is Jen Giffen. My pronouns are she and her. I am representing WDC 17 today, and I'm coming to you from the lands of the Mississauga of the Credit First Nation, which is now known as Richmond Hill, Ontario. We're just a smidgen north of Toronto. Toronto, you can tell I'm actually from there because I don't say that second T, Toronto. I am here today to talk to you about Instagram Reels. So I'm presenting a little bit differently than maybe you've normally seen. I actually have my iPhone right here hooked up and I'm presenting through that as my camera. And this little dot up here, it's going to move. I found it this morning. You can hook up a Bluetooth mouse to an iPhone through the accessibility settings. So instead of me being like, I'm clicking here, you'll actually be able to see where I'm clicking. So pro tip, like that might be what you take from today. So let's get this party started. I need to remember that my Bluetooth mouse is only controlling the mouse there and not on my computer. So sometimes I might make that mistake and they'll be fine. So what are Instagram Reels? Let's look over here. They are 15 to 90 second multi-clip videos that can have sound effects and music added to them. Well, okay, yeah, that's great, Jen. We've seen those, but why would I want to use an Instagram Reel? Like, why are you presenting this here in this Google thing? And why? Well, listen, I'm a teacher librarian, and in order to get students like into our Learning Commons, I really want to promote what we're doing in there. And because they don't have to come down in high school, so they don't have like a scheduled period with me, I use this as a way to really promote what we're doing, right? So it can showcase your accomplishments, it promotes what you're doing, it engages an audience. I do a would you rather question live and direct every day in school. And right now with kids, with our protocols around health and safety, there's kids who don't come into school and they're like, Miss, what's the would you rather? So I throw it on Instagram. So I use Instagram a lot. That's where the kids live. So I feel like that's where we should be. So a lot of teachers will ask me like, yeah, that's great, but I do these posts, but the Instagram, life right now, when you go on, it's all about these reels, these short little videos, and I don't know how to do that, and I'm a little bit scared. So my hope today is to take you out of that area of freedom and give you a teensy look at how you might create your own Instagram reel. Let's get it started. So the first thing that you need to know is how to record an actual video. And it's fairly easy. In order to record a reel, I'm going to head back to my sort of, my stream, I guess that we call it. There's three ways you can do this. You can come up here to where the plus sign is and click plus, and it will open up to a post. And then along the bottom here, you're going to click where it says reel, and that will open it up. Now that's one way. You'll notice, now I don't look as nice. Why don't I look as nice as I did before? Because before I had a filter. Look, watch. I didn't feel like putting on makeup, so Instagram did it for me. Thanks, Instagram. So that's one way you can create it. Another thing you can do is you can come down to the bottom here where the reels are, right in the middle there along the bottom.
Real quick, no. That's a hard pass. Absolutely not.
And then you can click that camera button up in the corner. I'm going to show you that one more time.
Real quick, no.
Right up here.
That's a hard pass.
And we're going to click that. That is the second way you can do it. The other thing you can do, and
real quick, no. That's a
this from without my fingers, but I'm going to take here with my fingers. I'm going to swipe to the right, and that will take you to the same spot. And I'm already in Reels because that's where I was last. Sometimes it might give you that thing along the bottom again to decide if you're a story or a post. But that's how you start creating a reel. So that's the basic gist of it, and that's the first thing you want to do. Oops, sorry, I went too far ahead. So next thing you want to do is you want to do some recording. And in order to do that, I'm going to go back to my actual, like what I look like. No, actually, I'm going to stay on the fancy makeup. Once you apply a filter, and those are these things down on the side here, you can also get those up here where those stars are, like right there, see them? I'm going to click the button here to start recording. So I'm going to start recording. And I'm going to record, and this is what I'm going to say. And when I'm done recording this section, I can hit the record button again to stop. And at this point, I can click next over here, and I can say, okay, that's my reel and I'm done. Or I can record some more. So I might click the button again and record a little bit more and say some more things. There's a lot of good things I want to say. And then I'm going to click next, and I'm going to record, and this is what I'm going to say. And when I'm done recording this section, I can hit the record button again to stop. So again, and record a little bit more and say some more things. It's a lot of Jen voice here. What you hopefully saw that I did there was I clicked. There's a lot of good things I want to say. Clips, and I'm going to record. And at this point, I can take one of these clips and reorder them by clicking reorder down at the bottom. So I might say, oh, I actually want this one first, or I want this one second. And this is also where I can double click and and sorry, not double click, but tap in there. And I can take these bars at the end and I can make things longer or shorter. And this is really fun for transitions. You might see those really fun transitions where you're like, how is it so smooth? That's where you do that. Okay, you just have to click one of the little clips there, drag your little bars however you want it, and then when you're done, you're done. You just sort of click out and you say, okay, I'm done with this one. That's good. And then I click out and here they are. And when you're done, I click done. Click the button again, and then I can click next. And in next, I'm sort of going out of order of my my slide deck here, but that's okay. At this point, I can edit my cover, so I can change it to any point in there I want. I can also, or I can add from my camera roll, so you can create things that are really like pretty, that maybe you want to have a really aesthetic looking grid on Instagram. That's cool too. And then you can also change what it looks like in your profile grid. So I can take this and I can move it. So if you find that because in the grid it's a square, but what you're recording, you know, is that portrait, you might want to drag that around. So then you can deal with your cover or your portrait grid, and then you can hit done. And when you're ready to post, you're simply going to go down here and hit share. Unless you want to tag people, you can tag someone. So I can add a tag, and in this case, I know she's here, so I'm gonna see if Charity, you're gonna pop up. Oops, I'm gonna actually have to type it not on my computer. Way to go, Jen Giffen. Charity, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Yeah, no, you're not gonna. Okay, she's under helmet. I know she's in here. Helmet, I don't have you, Charity. So I might. Oh, it's because I'm in my school account. Sorry, bro. I can find someone, like let's say I want to say, hey, yeah, York Region Schools, that's my school board. I want to tag them. I can also invite them over here to be a collaborator, in which case if they accept, it will also post, the thing that I created will post to their account. This is really cool for me. I love to do this if I'm doing any kind of partnership. So let's say the chess club is in, because you know the chess club works out of my learning comments. I'm gonna come back so you can see me a little bit more. I'm just gonna get rid of this here and back. The one thing I like to do is I might post something with the chess club, and then I add them as a collaborator, or they add me as a collaborator, and it posts to both of our things at the same time. That way we don't need to just add it to my story, which is another thing you can do with Reels. And we can both have that content on our feed, and it shows great partnership. And you know, one of the 4 C's, collaboration. Why not use social media in good ways, just like our friend Jen Casa-Todd from our New York cohort, one of our New York cohorts taught us, right? So that is that. What else do I want to talk to you about here? The other thing you could do is you could upload from your camera roll. So I might say record my little bit, and then I'm going to come down right there, and I'm going to tap that. And it's going to open my camera roll, and I might say, okay, I want to add a picture of my oldest son making pizza at my mom's house last night. So he did that. I can add it. It automatically adds still images for up to 5 seconds. And you can make a reel, a photo, a reel. It's this like cheeky trend going on right now. Or you can just add them in. So, you know, you see those ones that they're like synced with music and it's like, do, 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 do. You can do that too. So I click add, and it adds that in. And you can also add videos to that. So I can come back here. I was at choir last night. And so I might add a little bit of this. And then I have all that. So if we go and we look at my reel now, and I'm going to record, and this is what I'm going to say. And when I'm done recording this section, I can hit the record button again to stop. Click the button again and record a little bit more and say some more things. There's a lot of good things I want to say. And that so far is, I'm going to come back and maybe add a little bit more. So those are different ways you can add content. So it can be live, it can be still pictures, it can be videos you've already recorded. All of that totally works for you. So what is next? Oh, this is actually really cool. You may have seen Instagrams that look like this. Watch the screen on the side here. Watch this guy. This to me is so cool. Right? I love how it just changes so quickly, right? He's like, how is he standing in that exact same spot? There is a trick. And in preparing for this presentation, I learned how to do that. So thank you all. Thank you all for being here, and so I can prepare this, so I can learn this. You'll see this button. See this one right here? Align. That's how they do it. When I click the align button here on my phone, I'm going to tap it. You'll see it will align with the last place I was. Now, in this case, it's not me, so maybe that doesn't work. Okay, so maybe this is what I want to do. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to come into my... And I'm going to record, and this is what I'm going to say. And when I'm done recording... I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to discard it. I'm going to delete the one here of Bennett. I'm going to delete that. I've just like click them and hit discard or delete. Now, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go back. And now see when I align, I might want to align right where I was. See how it's like the ghost of me? Now, when you're really close up, it doesn't work very well, I found. But if you're doing that like really far away, so if I was to go and stand way back here, and maybe I'd do like some kind of like fun dance or something, I can then align myself in the next video. That's how that magic happens. Magic of Instagram. Love that. Okie dokie. So there's two main things, I think this is where we're going, that people ask me. It's like, how do you add the music though if you want to do that after? No problem. We're just going to head up over to that button there where the music is. And we're going to click that. And the cool thing with music is it will say, okay, here's ones I suggest for you. Here's ones that you saved. If I don't get to saved, I will show you. It is in the slide deck that I've created. And you can preview it first just by clipping. So I'm having a nervous breakdown one, I think.
What's the matter? What are you doing in here?
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Yes, it is. So, and then I can just click that and it will add to what I'm saying. I say, okay, yeah, done. And I can also in that, if I click the audio, if I go into it, is it gonna let me do it? No, sorry. There is a way, of course, it's not letting me do it right now, but you can adjust the volume of that as well. So I'm going to actually get rid of that. Now, the cool thing with this is a lot of people see, okay, we can lip sync to things, and how do we do that? Before I do that, you'll notice on the slide deck there right here, it says you don't only need to search if you're searching for music, you don't only need to search for a song title. So right now, Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift is trending. If you don't know the name of that, you might just say, hi, it's me. And sure enough, Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift shows up. So that's actually another thing I learned in preparing for this is you can search for lyrics too. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, we have 9 minutes. I think we're doing well. So at this point, I'm actually going to get rid of this one altogether. I'm going to start over. Here I am starting over. Notice what I did there. I just hit the X here at the top, X at the top. And then it says, okay, do you want to start over? Do you want to discard maybe just one of the sections of these? Totally your call what you want to do. I just got rid of all of it because that's what I want to do now. We'll turn back on my pretty nice redhead, like I'm wearing foundation, filter here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of tricks, but let's make sure that I'm on track here. If you want to add other people's music. So I'm going to come in here and let's say I want to lip sync something. I'm going to give you 2 tips in order to do that. This is a really cool thing. Milli Vanilli is probably freaking out right now. You may have seen that meme, right? Like they got, their career ended because of lip syncing and now all these people are making millions of dollars on TikTok because of lip syncing. But here we go. So I'm going to click one more time. I'm going to click that button that is the music note. I might find some music or I might find a different original audio. So what does this one say? This one says,
I could have my Kindle on. I could be up reading on.
Okay, let's use
I
this.
could have my Kindle on.
Now I'm going to click
I
done.
could be up reading.
So it adds that. So as soon as I start recording, that's going to play. Watch.
I could have my Kindle on.
If I want to lip sync this, I'm just going to go back one. I'm going to click this to go back and say, discard that video I just made. In order to make this easy, here are my tips for you. Number 1, you're going to start with this guy right here, the timer. I'm going to time myself.
I could have my Kindle on.
And I might only want to record the first few seconds of it.
I could have my Kindle on.
There, so I'm going to go right down to that.
My Kindle on. I could have my Kindle.
So now when I hit timer, when I hit record, it's going to count me in those 3 seconds and then automatically play that. It does cut off the very, very beginning of the song. It drives me crazy. So watch the timer. As soon as it says 0, you need to know what you're going to say. The other tip is go to this thing. This is your timer. Click the timer and go up to 3 times. Why 3 times, Jen? Why do I want it so fast? It slows down the music, but it speeds you up. So don't move crazy like I tend to do. Really be purposeful in your movement. I don't do 3 times. I do 2 times because I speak quickly as it is. I can have my Kindle on, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to click this. So I have my timer. I have my speed slowing down. And now I'm going to do my lip sync. I'm going to click it, the record. I'm going to get my countdown. And I'm going to start. Watch what happens.
I could have my Kindle on.
And it stopped automatically because I said only record to that point. So let's go to next and let's see how it looks.
I could have my Kindle on. I could have my Kindle.
That's how we get those cool lip syncs. It's very fun for singing, for lip syncing over. Anyway. The other thing you may see often is when people add words and stuff. And I think that's what I have next. Let me go through. You can watch your save videos. We won't go over that. We talked about clip speed. Filters, we already said. Remember, that's why I look like I have makeup on, even though I don't today. And then you can, I do want to show one thing here. Pro tip, if you find something you really like, when you go into it, you'll always see that bookmark. Click that, it'll save it to anything you have saved. How do you access the saves? Let's go into that before I show you about words. We're going to start over. We're going to actually close out of this altogether. I'm going to go down to my profile here. I'm going to come up to the 3 little pancakes at the top right, and I'm going to click saved. And it will show me all the audio I've saved, any posts that I've saved. That's where you can find them. I love saving audio that I think I might use later. I think it's a really effective way to
real quick, no.
David Rose is he's just so wonderful. If you haven't watched Schitt's Creek, you really got to watch it. It's great Canadian TV, great world TV, actually. Anyway, saves are there because sometimes I hear something like, oh, I'm going to record that because I'll watch at night. Well, you know, I'm supposed to be eating dinner with my family. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have phones at the table. I will save it for the next day so that I can create one when I'm in my learning commons. That's why I use it. Okay, what was I going to show? Oh, remember, you know those cool ones where they're like, this is awesome, and like words pop up. That's one thing I get asked about a lot as well. So I'm going to just start recording. Okay, I'm going to start recording. And I'm going to stop. And then next, you'll see I don't do anything. I'm just saying, doop, doop. So I'm going to add some content here. And I'm going to say the Google Education Innovator community. And then I can make it bigger by going on this side here and making this bigger. So I'm going to say that. Yep, good. These guys. And I can pinch in and make it bigger or smaller here. So I can say, and then maybe I want to add something about like is amazing, is awesome. Oh, and then I'm going to use an emoji because emojis are pretty cool. That's the cool emoji. See, that's kind of meta. So boom, but it's showing up. So what do? I come down here to the bottom where it says Google Innovator, and I'm going to slide those again. And I want that the whole time, but I don't want it to appear until I point right at that point there. And now if I hit the is cool, again, same thing. I'm going to drag these until I go there. And there, and when I'm done, I click done and watch what happens. Boom, boom, there it is. That's how you do that. Oh my gosh, isn't that fun? That's so fun to me. You can do a whole bunch of things like give directions to students or say, you need to come this. I did something about changing your profile picture in Google with them. Really good times. Okay, let's look back over here at what else I wanted to share. We talked about the timer. Oh, templates. This is the last thing I think I'm going to have time for. And then you're going to have to go through the slide deck, which I will share on social media. You can follow me at Virtual Gift. It is listed up here, and I'll share that out. But templates are pretty cool. If you're watching something on Instagram, I'm going to come
real quick, no.
And I go through all these reels. Sometimes you might find
I love it. I love it.
Use this template.
I love it. I love it.
Did you see that at the bottom?
Right, I love it. I love it more.
Click it.
I love it.
Add my own
I love
media.
it.
I go in and I click the things that I want. I love these are things that I love. So I'm going to say I love that. I love my kid. I love my cat. I love, what else? Oh, this is semi-formal. Oh, and I love this little therapy dog that came. So watch what happens. I've used theirs, but it syncs my stuff to their reel. Here we go. It's going to generate it, and it's saying,
I love it. I love it more. I love it.
Okay, click next. And that's
I love it.
I'm going to come out of here. Start over.
I love it.
Nope.
I love it more. I love it. I love it. I love it more.
I want to start a new video. There. And that's how I do that. All right, folks, we have 2 minutes left. Let me just go through quickly and show you in the slide deck what else is there, because of course I always overplan. I really like this filter. I will tell you this. I very, very rarely use filters when I'm posting things for students, because I don't want them to think that they need to like uphold this standard. But on a morning like this where I went to bed kind of late, I feel like I just want to look a little bit pretty. That's okay. All right. So we have templates. We talked about that. Remixes is another cool thing. You can go side to side or one after the other to comment on someone's reel. That's how people do that. And then in editing, we talked about Adding stickers is also there. So you saw me add the text. Adding stickers will add GIFs and things. That's how I got the like train there and that Via Rail one. You can also change the speed or the time of that. You can edit. I've showed you that. That's great. And finally, to publish. Oh my gosh, maybe we did get through everything except the stickers. So my last point, if you're looking for something that's trending, if you're like, how do I get started? I don't have ideas. I need some like creative ideas. Boom, that's where you want to go. Check out Later and check out Slaying Social. They both have really good weekly updates on like, here's a sound, you might want to use it as it starts to trend, because then the kids will think you're super cool. And I'm all about like super cool. Well, not really. I'm all about like engaging our students and making them like really great people. But I also like being a little bit cool. That I think is what I have. Let's connect. You can find me at Virtual GIF on Instagram and on Twitter. And my library is RHHS LLC. We would love to have a follow if you are a teacher librarian or working in a learning commons at all. Maybe we can inspire each other. That is that. Thank you very much for joining. And that's the end of my Spark. Take care, everyone.
Jen, thank you. You brought that in perfectly on time with a large amount of content. Well done.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks for sharing.
Okay. Bye.